at the podcast studio, and I just thought of this story, which I should have told last week when Kyle Scheib was on, but totally forgot until now. Anyways, so long ass time ago, back when I was still in high school, I think this was at Dustin's old house.
Like which one though?
Dustin Harlow.
Obviously, but what?
Not Bethalto, but a different one.
The one in Cottage Hills.
Yes.
Yes.
It was that house. We were in the garage and we were just throwing back a few beers, hanging out and whatnot.
Was I there?
You were there.
I was there.
You'll remember when I say that. Yeah, you were there. Listen, because one of Kyle's friends.
I love when I hear stories about myself that I don't remember.
All right, so one of Kyle's friends tried to open a beer bottle with his tooth and ended up breaking the bottle. And it cut on his lip or something like that.
This is coming back to me now.
You remember this now?
Vaguely. We were all he had that lawnmower sitting in there and we were all sitting on the lawnmower.
Yeah, there was nowhere to sit.
Yeah, he had no chairs in his garage, so we were sitting on tires, lawnmowers, and leaning against his truck.
Yeah, that was the most random group of people because I knew you, Dustin, and Kyle. Yeah. And that was it. There's no point to this story except for the kid opened a beer bottle with his mouth and broke the glass.
And you just reminded me of a story that I completely forgot about.
Exactly. Don't you love that when you have no recollection of that time or place and then somebody just brings it up and
it's like I stored the memory away in the filing cabinet and you made me go through the Rolodex and pull it out.
Yeah, exactly. I love that shit. I love it, but I hate it at the same time because it's why couldn't I just remember that on my own?
I know. I don't know. It is weird when that happens, though.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. But I'm fascinated with it. I love when people start telling me something. But do you ever have somebody tell you a story and you're like, I don't remember it like that? Never happened.
I have that.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah, they'll be saying, oh, you did this and you said that. And I'm like, I really didn't, though. And I would,
there's some nights where you're like, okay, maybe that happened. I was kind of drunk or whatever. You're like, oh, it was crazy. Maybe that did happen. I don't remember clearly. But then there's just the clear, that didn't happen.
Yeah, when you completely
where you have the guy that's making himself sound like the coolest badass at the party.
Yeah.
You're like, this is definitely not you, dude. You're worn out after walking a mile. I don't think you flipped over a car. It never happened.
Come up to the mic.
Talking to the side of it.
Yeah, you got to talk into the side.
Look at me.
We should have schooled him.
Look at me.
We didn't tell him.
No,
we didn't tell him.
I'm gonna turn
You don't have to stare at me the whole podcast. Just talking to the side of it.
It's your fault, and this is happening.
It's the one thing I didn't explain before this.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, we forgot to explain that part. But who do we have with us, Brad?
Yeah, if you guys don't already know, we have the one and only Cort Delicious Wahl.
Delicious. Now, please tell me. You have to inform me where the nickname Delicious came from.
Well, it's pretty obvious if you've seen me. I don't have the tough guy look.
Yeah.
I definitely don't portray the "sup, I'm a badass, I'll knock you out" type stuff. It's my sister saw me in the cage once. Well, she's seen it quite a few times. I can't say once. And they were trying to think of a nickname. Her and one of my coaches, Brad Jones.
Yeah.
And they were just throwing things back and forth. And my sister, her first thing that came out of her mouth was, "How about delicious?" And everybody was just like, that in there, that's delicious. That's who that is. That fits him so perfectly. So
I see how it encompasses, how it could encompass you.
It definitely makes me stand out from the rest of the fighters, from the Impaler or the Throat Raper or whatever.
Yeah, or Cyborg. There's 100 of them, or there's
the Axe Murderer.
And there's 3.
You can't even use an axe in the cage. I don't understand that one.
What does that even mean?
We literally took away half of your ability there.
And one that I hear it and I'm like, dude, I don't know who you're talking about because there are so many of them. Pitbull.
Yeah. That's very Brazilian.
He's a pit bull.
Well, yeah, it's
Patricio.
And it's dude, there's so many of them.
And it doesn't help because it's mainly dudes named Raul or Patricio. And you got to give me more names than that.
Yeah, I think you have to come up with something that sets you apart. And it's got to be satisfying when you win a fight and you're like, God damn, that was delicious.
Or
you
not
could
so much that, because like I was telling Bradley earlier, the announcers and the ring guys do not like calling another dude delicious. They do not like saying, "Oh, delicious did a nice move there. A lovely transition by delicious." So they mainly call me Cort or whatever in the cage, but just I definitely know what it does to other fighters' egos,
right?
Like especially the guys that I fought at amateur, fought up a weight class, and they're 14-2, and they're just roided out of their minds, and they're the badass, you know. They're the top, the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And they get knocked out by a guy in short shorts named Delicious. and you know, you already have enough issues with people who are like, oh, you're not cool anymore, you lost a fight. That happens pretty often. But after that, it's like your own family won't talk to you.
Well, it's kind of like the complete opposite, you know, because I feel like in, you know, combat sports, you want to have that kind of edge, that kind of like wow factor as an intimidation factor against your opponent. But for you, you kind of it's kind of reversed. Like they kind of let their guard down. They're like, oh fuck this dude, I can take him on. And then like they go in there and you're just like, yeah, what's up? I'm here now. Well, I might have a funny name, but I bring the talent.
I think I go more for not so much a fuck this guy thing, because that's definitely out of the water now. People have seen me fight for a while.
Yeah, good point.
It's more of a, you know, because I smile when we weigh in. When we do the face off, you see all my teeth all hurt and white. And I think we become best friends right there. And they're so pissed at themselves. They're like, how could I let this guy get in my heart and then hurt me?
Delicious is about to put a clinic on.
Yeah, it sounds like a breakup every time I fight, you know.
That's how all of his breakups have went.
Yeah, just
Delicious by knockout.
Yeah. He just puts his girlfriends in an arm bar. It's over. It's over. I still love you though.
No.
Smile. Oh shit. I mean that kind of like one of your first fights. I remember you won the fight. I mean, you kind of did like the typical backflip, which is pretty cool. But then you had a
I know where
towel.
this is going.
Yeah, you had a towel. You take the towel and kind of ring it between your legs like you do when you get out of the shower.
That was my very first. I was 17 at the time. That was my first fight ever. It was illegal, and I was excited. I thought you were bringing up.
It was fucking hilarious.
After one of my fights, it was I get talked to about this very often because it was one of my fights. I fought one of the biggest names. This is one of the 14-2 guy that I had won against. They use it. A lot of people have fought him since then and used my fight video as something to collect from, to see how they should
kind of study from.
Fight. Right. But that's not the point. The point is I can hit backflips most of the time. I just knew after this fight I wasn't going to land it. But if you know me, a lot of my thought process is, who cares? Fuck it, man. What's going to happen?
Right.
So I did it, and it looked great up until about the landing, and my feet kind of weren't there, and I slipped right onto belly on mat. But then instinct took over. It was instant, so it looked like I meant to do, and I just started humping the mat up and down.
Oh god!
And it was great. It definitely won over the crowd. If
right.
The submission didn't already, but I played it off
You
pretty
smoothed
well.
your way out of a fuck up.
Yeah, well, I knew I was gonna fuck up. I accept that either way. It was just a lot. It went over much more smoothly than I thought it would.
So what is your record?
Now as a pro, I'm 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah. I would be 2-0. I fought 2 Bellator veterans, but I got arrogant.
Yeah.
Last time, the biggest issue for me whenever I fight is I have all these people that I've trained with. That I've trained with top tier guys. I've submitted. I can outstrike top tier guys, and then they just tell me, "Oh, you're gonna kill this kid, or you're gonna walk through them."
Right.
And I try to ignore it, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
When people just keep building you up like that, and
They gas you up a little bit.
You take it lightly.
Yeah.
And you're just like, look at you.
Yeah. and then that
see this?
and that dude's just been on a tear.
And I'm so like, it might be the martial artist in me, but I'm just so eager to be like, I'm gonna beat this guy at his own game too.
Right.
I'm gonna make a statement here, and I was winning the last fight. I was beating him at his game, and I didn't get hit at all, which, well, I can make that an excuse. I'm not awake unless I get hit. I don't treat it like a fight. And I just got caught in a triangle, and it happens. It's definitely my fault. I accept it. You see afterwards I'm smiling. I congratulate him. You know, it's respectful.
Right.
It's a sport.
You win like a gentleman.
Oh, it was definitely my
Yeah.
fault. You know, I knew instantly right when he locked it up, and I was like,
See, but
"Cool, you're such a dumbass, dude."
see, but I think that
Yeah.
self-reflection, that looking inward and going, where did I fuck up, and
Oh, yeah.
recognizing that.
Well, it was like before before I even tapped, I sat there. It was probably only about 5 seconds, but I just thought to myself, "You done fucked up, dude. You know what you did here, and you
Right.
shouldn't do that again."
See,
you
I
just
think that-
kick yourself in the pants every time. You're just like, God damn it! I just got overzealous.
Oh, yeah.
You jumped the gun.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it was also weird because I'm used to doing well, used to winning the rounds, fighting smart. If I get the finish, I get the finish. And I had my coach at the time, who was a fucking genius, and just he knows in and out everything about what to do and what not to do in fighting. He would normally be like, "That was shit. What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. You did this wrong. Let's try to change that up." After the first round, I knew I did well, and he came up to me and he looked at me and was like, "Yeah, no complaints. Good job. Keep it up."
Yeah.
And then I was just
Yeah.
like, well, okay, that doesn't make my ego go down.
Right,
I just got
right.
acceptance from the dude that was never like he wouldn't praise me after wins, you know, which
Yeah.
it's the kind of shit I need because everybody, like I said, everybody else builds me up, and he would be
Yeah.
like, "That was kind of a dumb move you did there. I know you won the fight, but you could have easily lost if this would have happened." And,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
for him to be like, which I love the guy to death, I owe everything to him, but for him to just be like, "That was cool." No
Well, I think you
complaints.
need that person to kind of check your ego, you know, so that you don't do that. You don't get overexcited and overzealous.
Yeah.
You know, a little too headstrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you become an Anderson Silva, and then a Michael Bisping or somebody walks in the ring, and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah.
It's,
God, Michael Bisping. Fucking Chris Weidman.
Weidman, yeah,
Yeah, when
Weidman.
Chris Weidman walks in the ring, and you're like, you brush this dude off, and you get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, well, honestly, with them, the biggest thing Silva did was people would always let him play his game, and he would just work and work because everybody
Yeah.
knows he has that knockout power and that ability to submit you as soon as you touch the ground.
Right.
And they would let him work and move around, and he would just find his opening. He was very quick. He's trained in that matter, and he knows what to do.
Here, pull this up to your face a little bit.
Your hand or the mic?
No, yeah, just put my hand in.
Yeah, I can do either or.
We don't want to see the deliciousness. It's throwing our viewers off. They're not listening.
But what Weidman did was the opposite of what everybody else did. You know,
Yeah.
as you saw with Chael Sonnen, he almost won that fight because he was pushing
Yeah.
the whole time. He didn't give him time to
Yeah.
play his game. Weidman went in there and threw bombs and caught
Yeah.
him with one, and it was over. You know, and the second one, obviously, he just didn't drink enough milk.
Right. Yeah. That fucking leg.
Yeah.
dude.
Where's
When
your
I
calcium,
was watching
bro?
that one live, and I was like, God
Yeah, it was-
damn.
It's pretty sweet.
It just reached back around. Reached back around.
I liked it.
Dude,
I wanted to touch it, but I was nowhere near it.
yeah, I mean, you've got to be fearful of something like that when somebody's checking kicks. You know.
Not so much my leg. I don't know. I don't really. I'd say my biggest worry is definitely just breaking a hand.
Yeah.
Because I've had a shattered foot, but I learned how to do a backflip on a trampoline with my cast on. You know, it didn't
Yeah.
immobilize me. It was, but a broken hand. How much would that take away from my living? You know.
Yeah,
For-
and I mean, probably mostly grappling skills and being able to have a high impact with
yeah,
that.
just doing
with that
anything because I
hand.
like to play drums too. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just I play video games and drums, and I'll just sit there with a cast on.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't even cut my wrist because the cast is there.
Right.
So, what am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do with all
Yeah.
this time? I can't even jerk off now.
I'm just gonna go get fat. Fuck it. I mean, even I don't know. Even if you're like the ripped dude, if you have a cast on, can you take shirtless selfies and still look tough?
I think you can. I think that
I don't know.
if
I
you've
don't-
got a good story behind the cast, like
Yeah.
I was beating the fuck out of this guy.
No.
And I
this
broke
dragon threw this wicked hook at his tooth, and it won, man.
Dude, listen to this shit. So I tattooed this lady tonight, and her son's in the military, and she said he's in the army, but for some reason he couldn't tell her like anything, like when he was coming home, what they were doing, or anything like that. Which I mean, that's kind of. I mean, I feel like army's not that serious to be at that point. I don't know. Maybe
Excuse
she.
me, was he telling you stories, or was she telling you stories?
Yes.
She's a liar.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But anyways,
do you smell that?
so exactly,
That
yeah,
smelly smell?
yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It was just some bullshit. But anyways,
You don't have a son, it's a daughter.
she's like, so he texted me one night, and all it said was the dragons are returning to Skyrim. And I was like, what? She's like, that meant he was coming home. She's like, I had no idea what that meant either. I was like, what the fuck?
I understand what he was trying to do there.
Hey, man.
Right.
If he was covert over in Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere like that, kid ain't gonna have a cell phone.
Right. Right. That's what I was figuring. She was kind of one of those people that she would tell you something and it'd be like, well, he went and did, you know.
No.
What?
No, lady, I'm listening to your story. This is where you tell me shit.
Yeah, man, I was there when he did that
Right.
thing. That was awesome.
I didn't know this.
Like,
I didn't know this
it's
was
like-
20 questions. I
Yeah.
thought you were telling me a story.
Yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to fucking continue this conversation?
Ma'am, I'm really trying to tattoo. Could you shut up?
Well, it just threw me off. Like, the tattoo is super easy. So I was just like, yeah.
Was it an
whatever.
infinity symbol?
No, it was a cancer ribbon.
Damn it. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, same thing as Cort over there. If I fucking break a hand, I can't work. Like, either hand.
Hey,
I have to use
hey,
this.
hey,
I mean-
look at me. Look at me.
What?
You're not a fighter.
Well, I know.
Look at me.
I'm not worried about breaking a hand.
That's not
I
the
don't
only
do
way to
anything
break
to
your
break a
hand.
hand.
Well, you know, if you break your hand and it's not your drawing one, I'll come in there and stretch the skin for
There you go. Yeah. That's how the.
I'll come in.
That's how like the the people
beautiful
that
sentiment.
tap. That's how they have
Yeah.
to do it. They have to have an
They gotta-
assistant that stretches the skin while they
Yeah.
focus on tapping the needle into the
I
skin.
mean, I can't promise I'll be like really focused and always. You might have a couple of crooked lines.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, Cort.
He might be over there
hey,
just
Cort.
drumming on the person as you tattoo them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you smell like shit, sir.
Right.
The brutally honest, delicious skin stretcher.
Right.
I haven't heard that nickname yet.
Dude, I've
I
had
think we
the
should keep that one.
stretcher.
I've had some people that smelled like shit that I
couldn't
just
do
want to be
that.
like, why?
Dude, I've
Why do
trained
you
with those kind
smell
of
so
people.
bad? Oh, you've had
Do you
to
think
train
that that's a
with them?
tactic? Like,
Dude,
if you go, like if you don't shower for a week before your fight,
I knew people in judo that would like wear the same gi their whole, like for a whole week, and that's not just their sweat. That is
yeah,
pound-
everybody's sweat.
That's everybody's sweat up.
Everybody's sweat up in the club.
Yeah. Which you just did a.
That's just asking for a staph infection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're probably covered in ringworm and all
Yeah.
that shit.
You just did a tournament somewhere though. What was that for? That wasn't for
It was-
MMA, was it?
No, it was my sponsorship of the Head Nod Squad, which is there's a great group of guys. They mostly sponsor Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys.
Okay.
And there's a few of us MMA individuals, but they're a brand of clothing that it's all about Jiu-Jitsu martial arts. And by the way, you know, if you guys wear tap out shirts out there, we do make fun of you.
We do. When was the shift though? Because I remember like
It took
tap
about
out
2 months.
tap
2
out
fucking
used to
months,
be
man.
the shit. And
Affliction and Tap Out came out, and
Yeah.
the fighters are like, yes, finally, recognition. Fuck. It's already ruined. Look at all of the bedazzled shit now.
Well,
man.
the problem was is they bedazzled it and they put it in Walmart.
Dude,
so then every
Affliction-
white trash fucking fighter that thought he was big shit wore one of
Yeah.
those.
No,
You
no,
know?
no.
I've been punched in the face.
Yeah,
I knocked out my cousin got knocked the fuck out. That
bro,
night. It wasn't me, but he got knocked the fuck out.
bro, I'm wearing this tap out shirt, but like I've seen the entire season of The Ultimate Fighter,
Yeah.
so it's good. Like it's good.
You finna catch these hands on the real. But anyhow, we do make fun of you. We do. We're slightly butthurt for life about it because you took something away from us.
Tap out used to be cool, right?
Yeah,
like,
and then there was
it definitely
top out-
did.
Anyhow, back to the original statement. You know, on Head Nod Squad, we got martial arts shirts too. We got, hey, we'll choke you out. We got fucking Darth Vader choking people out on that shit. You can buy that even if you don't do jiu-jitsu, and you know.
Hey man, I love the plug you're throwing down right now.
Right.
No, it's great. It's great. No,
No, you're
there's a
super
point to it.
slick about it. I like it.
No, I gotta throw some shit in there.
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and drop it in them DMs.
But anyway, you could buy this stuff. We'll still call you a douchebag, but at least
www.
the Head
Yeah.
Nod, Head Nod apparel.
Why do you
something of
think
the
I haven't asked yet? Hey, you think I could get one of those?
Yeah.
That's why.
But some of the money goes to charity, so you're less of a douchebag, and you could still rock
Well,
that shit.
I feel like that if you don't roll or if you don't train, You should for sure not wear that fucking shit.
You know, if you're gonna wear
Yeah.
tap out, at least you can donate. to
Tap out,
cancer
I mean,
research.
I've already written you off. You could be the baddest dude on the
that
planet.
dude doesn't fight. That
Yeah.
dude doesn't fight.
Dude, he could train. He could train every day, and he could probably choke me
Yeah.
out. But if you're wearing a tap out shirt, I write you off. But if you're wearing a head nod squat or like a Gracie Jiu Jitsu shirt, I'm like, oh, that dude can burn.
Oh.
That dude'll choke the life out
Yeah.
of you.
And I like it.
Yeah.
I think I
he could
think I
take you to
wanna
that
fight him
place.
now.
Right.
I'm not gonna tab.
Ayo.
But I mean, so your last competition was for them.
Yes. It was. It wasn't so much for them. My the sponsor.
Oh,
who,
you were just sponsored by them.
Yes, and my
Clever plug.
my manager is one of the owners of the company, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you try this out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need the conditioning." I started training the gi.
And what was it? It was jiu-jitsu?
Yes, jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yes, it's the difference
Cort,
is
Wahl.
I'm very good at the ground game without the gi on.
Jiu-jitsu.
So,
So you
yeah.
you prefer no gi over
Oh, I
gi?
prefer no gi. I love like I can keep up with browns and black belts all the time. You know, I don't submit them all the time.
Do
Obviously,
you
but
okay?
I do
So did you learn in a gi and transition, or
No,
did you learn no
I
gi?
I started no gi.
So
big
that's
time.
okay.
It's
I always like to ask that question because
no, that's cool.
Yeah,
I got answers.
because
for
I
that.
always because like the overwhelming response that I get when you talk to people that train is the people that started in a gi don't like no gi.
Yeah, it's the opposite if you started in no gi. I kind of like the gi. I respect it, but in all honesty, it's a complete opposite for me because I love in no gi. I can wiggle out of anything. I'm
Yeah.
long, lanky. I can do the goddamn splits. I'm flexible
Right.
for a dude.
You get sweaty. It's easy to slip out of stuff.
Yeah, sometimes, but
Depends.
but with the gi on, the sweat doesn't matter. The flexibility is, it's a factor. But
Yeah.
they grab your gi, you can't move. If you move the wrong way, you're choked out. So I recently did that training. And it was great for cardio because the muscles in my fingers, I've never felt this before. But
Yeah.
they were worn out.
Yeah.
My fingers were sore.
Yeah.
From holding on to people.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd try it out, and I honestly did not expect to win, let alone medal.
Yeah.
And I tried to play smart. I didn't want to use my normal, I could fight off my back easily. I can
Yeah.
get somebody in a triangle easily. And I went in there and did well. I was proud of myself. It was another milestone. That's
Well,
awesome.
and I feel like
And-
training in that and actually competing in that makes you a more rounded fighter because you have that in your repertoire for the mixed martial arts.
And it sharpens
Definitely.
the sword,
Definitely.
just by
Yeah.
doing competitions like this. And you don't really risk injury as long as you know how to tap early, right?
Yeah.
You get the conditioning out of
the
it
fingers
without.
and the wrist get injured a lot because if you're holding on to the gi and somebody rolls, that's
Yeah.
all your body weight and their
Right.
body weight on your wrist. And my
Yeah.
fingers were sore just from starting training that.
Yeah. I
Everybody-
love
you'll see all the
watching it.
tape. You'll
Like
see all the people with the tape all over their hands
Yeah.
and wrists. Some dudes go overboard with that. I think they're just trying to become tape.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean,
not a mummy fighting a
I
mummy.
watch it. I watch it a lot. I don't practice it, but I watch it a lot, and I try and understand it because it's really because a lot of people when the fight goes to the ground, they're like, "Fuck, man," but it's like, no, those guys are working in art.
it's
And-
way more work than anything you've
And
ever
like,
done.
because like I'll watch like the Eddie Bravo Invitationals, and I always order those on Fight Pass just because the practitioners that go to just it's submission only, and it's exciting. Those guys, something's gonna happen.
I trained with Ezra Lennon actually, who's going to be on it this
Really?
year. Yeah, great
Nice.
guy, really cool dude, and that's who he's one of the guys I was training with for this tournament.
So that kind of brings me to my next question. Do you prefer or what do you train? The more traditional Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, which I guess would lean more towards a gi, or do you train like the rubber guard, new age type of Eddie Bravo shit? You know what I'm saying?
I can't really tell you. I'm one of those people that you kind of just have to see. I'm all over the place. I'm different.
Is leg locks in your game, or is that
I know how, but
they're not
I
not
don't-
deep in your repertoire?
I don't do them so much.
Gotcha.
It's I respect them, and I've
Well,
definitely grown more respect for
Well,
them.
and when I say like traditional Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, now this is just me watching fucking documentaries. I don't claim to be a practitioner because I don't roll, but I'm just super fascinated with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I got you.
And but the the leg lock game was like frowned upon for a lot of years, right?
Yeah, because people didn't know how to defend it. They were easy. The way I look at it is almost like the ugliest girl in the bar.
Yeah.
Sure, you can get it.
Yeah.
But, cool.
But like go for something. It's
yeah,
like not.
it's
And then you
at
got
the higher
Paul
level-
Juarez like ripping people's ligaments out of their knees.
Yeah, it's a tournament. If it's legal, go for it. It's just like noob tubes in Call of Duty. Whenever I was growing up playing, that was the easy
Yeah.
thing to do, right?
Right.
And it's in the game. Why not use it?
And everybody
Yeah.
called you a bitch for using
and
it.
it's like, whatever, man. I killed you.
bitch.
You fucking
kill me with
Yeah, you're-
tube.
I'm gonna go bang your mom now.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to run through with a pistol and a knife, and you're getting hit with.
yeah. You have the ability to use it too. So the
Yeah.
fault is yours, man.
Right. So you're not a practitioner of them, but you're not against them.
I do practice. I just don't use them too
Okay.
often. I don't know. It's just
Sorry,
not
Well,
my
you
thing.
have the
It's just
knowledge
my,
to use it if the opportunity
That book-
presents itself.
That book is in my library for sure, but
Right.
I'm not gonna read it.
Right, but you'd rather
Right.
use this big ass science book over here than
Yeah.
fuck somebody up.
These elbows and
There
shit.
you go.
I just always have random questions when people have like a jujitsu knowledge. I
No,
like to
it's-
pick their brain.
I got answers for you, man. Ask whatever you want, except my phone number.
Except for your phone number. But I'm trying to get a piece of delicious,
Nah,
dog.
man, you can follow me on Instagram. There's stuff.
You
on
can
there.
follow it up, dog. Double tap.
Oh shit.
So your next fight is when?
September 9th.
September 9th.
15 days away in 2 weeks, and I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, if
I'm
you guys have not seen his Instagram page, this dude looks like he could be on the set of 300.
So what weight
Yeah,
class?
but just like shorter and
Shorter and
Yeah.
and
Well,
Not-
people
and
don't
no,
really
and
understand
no
like
HGH.
yeah, people don't
Yeah.
understand what goes into fighting. Like, no, people don't watch it that closely. They just watch the fight, but the preparation is fucking brutal.
well, when people don't understand how much fat actually weighs you down. Muscle weighs more than fat. Obviously, that's
Right.
common. It goes around. But then you get these guys coming in the gym that weigh 170 to 190, and I have bigger arms than them, bigger legs than them, and they're just like, "How do you only weigh 149 pounds, man? It doesn't make sense." It's like, dude, you have to make a commitment to it,
Right.
Because like I was telling you in the car, the weight classes, I'm an easy cut to 145, but I fight at 135 where I have to grind it out, man. It's a lot of work, but I refuse to miss weight. I
Yeah.
find it
Do you think that
disrespectful.
the size advantage you gain by fighting at 135 is more
It
advantageous
is-
than fighting
it
at a
is
healthy weight?
ridiculous because the people I train with cut to 170. So, they walk around, and these aren't the people that I have bigger arms in. These are the people that, will fucking flatten you with their thighs.
well, a
of
good
muscle.
comparison is you train with Brandon Lowe. Who?
Right.
What is his weight class?
Isn't
he 145?
He's 45 now. He might be jumping up to 55. I haven't trained with him in a while. He recently got his wisdom teeth taken out. So,
Ah,
Right.
That's rough.
obviously you can't do a whole lot.
But
with-
what people don't understand is, like you said, you normally walk around 150s and then you cut to 135.
Actually, I walk around 160s. Low
Really?
160s. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I
Yeah,
gotta stay
see-
committed.
So
See, people don't
take me through
understand
your
that-
cutting process though. Is it do you diet down and then cut water weight
Yeah,
for the last? few?
I start off very early when I have a fight. Whenever I get something scheduled, there's that switch in my mind, and I'm locked in. I'm about to fight somebody. I'm cutting weight. I am committed to this. I don't give a shit what my friends are doing right now. I don't care what's going on in social media.
Right.
I have a fight. I need to do what I need to do to be the best that I can be. So 2 months out even. Well, I kind of have to do that to make 135. I have
Right.
to be at 0% body fat, but
Well, and it's
I
probably
start-
healthier too. I mean, if you
Oh, yeah, big time.
procrastinate until the month of the fight and you're trying to lose all this weight super fast, that's not healthy
It's
for your
all
body.
well, I train with Aaron Highfield, who's a great guy, and he's fighting on this card. He's the main event on this card as well, and that's another
Awesome.
person I train. He
Yeah.
cuts to 170.
I
So
think
you
I
guys
just
are
saw
bringing the
that
team
on
out.
Facebook today, actually.
He likes to wait.
Yeah.
For a while,
But he's a big dude.
He's
that dude's monstrous.
He's a strong son of a bitch. He's one of those, those people that were born just like stronger than everything else
Yeah.
in the world, and like,
Yeah.
did your parents have a bull in a three-way as well?
Just
Like,
yeah.
he just
genetic freaks.
Yeah, just naturally hits hard. I love the guy.
Yeah,
to
it's like,
death.
why are you just naturally that big?
But he hasn't had, I haven't seen him yet to where he's just cut as can be. You know, he's not ripped as he has been. I feel like he cuts like 20 pounds of water the week of.
That can't be good, man.
I'm not sure how because he looks fine whenever he fights. He looks fine. He's gone the distance. He puts in the work for it. It's just he's got that ability to cut all that water weight. You know, I at most want to cut 10 or 12.
Yeah,
and I guess
well,
that's just
somebody with a
different
bigger
techniques.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, and somebody with a bigger frame, you know, you're gonna be able to afford to lose more water than say you would be able to.
Most definitely, and that's what makes. I'm envious of heavyweight fighters too. Because they don't have to cut weight.
Man, but there's so much. There's
they
so
hit
little.
So fucking hard.
See, but you make that point though. There's so little room for error in those weight classes. You know what I mean?
If I was born with that natural size and I had the choice between cutting to 205 or being a fat ass, I'm gonna stay a fat ass.
Yeah.
Just work my technique because you know I know the suffering of cutting weight.
Yeah. But I mean, those guys at 205 and up. You know what I mean? Those guys.
Well, starting at 55 even, you know, the technique, if they
Yeah.
have proper technique, it takes that one hit.
Right, and you know there are guys that carry that knockout power, but you know you theoretically could eat more shots from a 55er than you are from a 205er.
It depends on the person you fight. Like I said, with Aaron, he's a natural freak of nature that hits harder than hell.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get that in everybody. You get the people like Diaz. He likes to hit you with 50 punches, and the 50th will knock you out.
And you know, and there is some credit to that. You know, you wear them people down, but there's something I like about like that Rumble Johnson fight. Did you see that highlight with Glover Teixeira?
The uppercut?
Yeah. When his tooth came flying out. That to me is just beauty.
Oh, yeah. That's not being ready for an uppercut at all.
Well, Glover Teixeira kind of boxed his shoulders in, coming in like
very square.
Yeah, coming
definitely.
in like he was,
They're both
you know,
actually.
like Mike Tyson or some shit, coming in there to box.
Ain't no fool's gonna be Mike Tyson.
And Anthony Johnson just fucking had his number and
didn't take much.
And that's what I'm saying. Glover Teixeira is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a vet. He knows what he's doing. And for him to get knocked out like that just shows you that in those weight classes, there's no room for error.
Absolutely not.
In 145, you can get clipped and you can recover.
Unless you're like fighting McGregor,
Right?
Because obviously he'll
and somebody
drop you
with
in
some
14
just
seconds.
super heavy hands. See, but he's a natural 170. You know what I mean?
55, I'd say.
I would with a good
He's
cut,
I'd
he'd
say
be a
'cause
healthy,
he barely made
shit.
healthy
45.
155.
And you go back to their most recent fight that they just had. I mean, McGregor dropped Diaz twice.
See,
Three
I
times.
think
Three times.
Three times.
I think he but he was putting together something beautiful. People discount those leg kicks.
Yeah.
And that's not something you can count out. And he
Can't
was
count on anything. Yeah.
It was like interest, you know what I'm saying? It was like an investment. He knew that would pay off later in the rounds, and it did.
Oh,
it
yeah.
paid dividends in round 4 and 5 because you could tell Diaz
The
was
way he was
hurting.
distributing his weight on his legs.
Well,
you
and
get
the
people to
thing
move the way
with
you
that
want.
fight is, Diaz expected another brawl where they're in their face just
Yeah.
banging at one another.
Yeah.
And McGregor, I mean, he put out a lot of that in the pre-fight, like, oh, I'm just going to come out and bang. Well,
Yeah.
no, he played that super smart.
Yeah.
He came in
Had a
calm, like
great
you said.
idea.
He broke his leg down and he waited to get those combinations in where he just dropped him with
Well,
some
and-
beautiful, powerful hits.
But here's another thing you have to consider too. Diaz, I think, legitimately got dropped on 2 of those.
yes.
But because that leg was fucked up, it was paying off those dividends. But 2, he was trying to bait him to the ground.
Yes.
He was saying, "Come on, I'll fight you from my guard."
And that's not the way that he should have went about it. I've heard a lot of things. I'm not biased. I love both of them.
Dude, I can't hate on either of them.
There's,
Yeah.
There's all the McGregor was running things, and there's.
I don't think he
got
was running.
No, and he got saved by the bell. I'm getting to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's all a matter of perspective. If you love Diaz, you shouldn't be able to say stuff like that. And if you hate McGregor, you can't just. Obviously, you're gonna have a different opinion of what was going on.
Right.
You see the way that he was quote unquote running away. It was. It was the way to get out of the corner. Diaz probably weighed 190, 195. I know what it's like to be outweighed by more than 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And, if you try to just walk out of there and get caught by one, it doesn't take much.
Right.
Well, and he learned quick because he realized, okay, Diaz gets me in the clinch, puts me up against this fence, and beats the fuck out of me, and then tries to take me down. Yeah. And he could not be taken down. If he was taken down, McGregor would have lost that fight.
The ground game was not there for McGregor.
Yes.
And people and the subject of saved by the bell. Look at it this way: sure, he was saved by the bell, or was Diaz just not able to finish him? You know, he
I
was
don't
given
think
plenty
I don't
of
think
time.
Diaz could finish him, and by the time the 4th round rolled around is when he started walking.
It's definitely
right?
it's a matter of perspective, you know. It's,
Yeah,
it's
he
either
had he
you
knew
know
he
what's
had 3
going
rounds
on,
in the bank.
yeah, or
Yeah.
you had a favor, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what it is.
Either way you look at that.
Yeah, you know, I saw that where McGregor shuffled away, and I literally thought to myself, Saturday, I literally just did that in training. That's how I got out of the corner in
Yeah.
training. I shuffled
Right.
away, and you know what? It set me up, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, and like you said, you know, everybody wants to talk shit. They have that meme on Facebook
Yeah.
where you know it's Diaz's win where he's choking McGregor out,
Yeah.
and then Connor's win where
Running
he's
away.
running away. It's like that's
Yeah.
strategy. People
Yeah.
do not realize.
why
that
didn't
is
he
strategy.
just stand in the pocket with Diaz, who's a very
Yeah, why
good
didn't he
boxer?
just stand and hit him, get hit in the face? Why didn't he just stand there and get hit in the face?
Push it
And
'cause
the-
he's not American.
And like these are all people
Yeah.
that don't fight. And I'm not a fighter myself. I've never fought in a cage. I've never even been in a fucking street fight. But I look at it from a technique standpoint. He's just trying to be smart.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
if you're tired and you're standing in the pocket, that's not the place you need to be standing.
Yeah.
Well, with Diaz, you know, go back to the fight with GSP. GSP was like, yeah, I took him down. I'm not going to box with Diaz.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like right there.
And
in
that's one of the
cage.
greatest in the world.
Yeah, and he
that's
was
not
like-
wanting to box with them.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm not going to box with him. Why would I do
Right.
that? You know?
Right.
I just got the win. You guys can complain all you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in here doing something with my life.
And-
you're giving me money to do it.
And you notice
Yeah.
that fighters play to their strengths. Of course, McGregor's not going
all
to
the
go to the
time.
ground. That's not his strength. He's a boxer.
No.
You know?
And this sets up the trilogy fight. God damn it! I'm so in.
More money to be made.
Do you
More
really
money.
think they're going to have a third fight?
Yes, 100%. Here's what
Yeah,
happens.
they're-
He's going to go fight Floyd Mayweather. It's going to happen.
No.
No, they're not going to do that.
100% is going to mark my words. It'll happen because they almost had the deal done.
That'll
And
be the
only
biggest money
discrepancy
cow.
was Conor wanted more money and so did Mayweather.
Right.
That was the only thing they couldn't agree upon.
Well, that's what this third fight's going to come down to, too.
He's going to go fight and watch, and then he's going to. He's already said he's done with 45. So they're going to strip him of that belt, but you know it's an asterisk because McGregor ran through that entire division.
Right.
Right.
And
Quickly.
now he's going to go to 55. I bet you he fights somebody like Donald Cerrone, somebody like that, a prep fight.
Is Cerrone staying at 70 now, though? Because he just fought 70.
I don't know.
He might-
I don't
he
think
might
it's.
stay up
I don't think it's. I don't know. Maybe he said he was going to go back down to 55. I think.
I feel like everybody just wants to fight McGregor because of the money.
right.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Everybody wants a piece
Yeah.
of the McGregor
Fuck
show.
yeah, I'll fight McGregor right now.
But hey,
but
you
while-
said this in the car, though, that, I mean, do
You drive
know-
a truck, sir.
truck. Sorry, whatever. Same thing. You said that McGregor got what, 40 mil off that fight?
He got a ridiculous amount of
and
money.
then Diaz
I
only
know
got like
Diaz got
like less than
13.
half, like
he got
13
million for sure. I'm not sure the exact numbers. Probably not.
Well, I mean, the
upwards of
UFC
40
pay
mil.
was 3 and 2.
Oh, well, that was the release pay. They never tell you
Yeah.
the full release
And
amount.
then
Yeah.
they
Diaz
that
made
was 3
13. I know Diaz made around 13 million.
Well,
overall.
yeah, after the pay-per-view buys and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I
which
think
I mean,
that-
I'd be happy with.
I
that.
think he's gonna go get that money, man.
I'm gonna go away now. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah,
right.
I think Conor's gonna go get that money in that Mayweather fight. He's probably gonna lose, but you know, he's gonna be the biggest
Yeah,
star.
maybe.
And then while that's going on, Diaz is gonna fight his way through the 55 class. He's gonna drop to 55 because he knows that's where Conor's coming, and there's gonna be the trilogy fight.
And there's also they have to weigh in the factor of McGregor's already had his losses. Freaking Mayweather hasn't had any. You
Yeah.
know, he should have had one or two. But that's not the point.
Yeah, but I mean, he
It's
retired the best boxer in boxing, and this is just kind of a sideshow, right?
true. But, and you also have to think, though, that ego of being an undefeated fighter it's unlike any other, you know. When
But
you-
he's super smart, man. You watch that Pacquiao fight, boring as shit for most people, unless you know what that fucker's doing.
yeah, I said it
I'm
was the
on the
most
fence
boring
about
fight
that
ever.
one.
See, but you
because I
understand
didn't know what was
boxing.
going on.
You
Yeah, it was-
understand.
I understand what he was doing, but if you're getting paid like they were getting paid,
They should have went out on
you-
their shields.
You better go out there with broken fucking hands.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting on a show for these people, just throwing you their money, which
See, that's what I loved about the latest Conor McGregor Diaz fight. That was probably one of the best fights I've ever
Oh,
seen
yeah,
in my
they went-
life.
they went to
because
it.
They
it
went for
went
broke.
it went 5.
It was no Rory McDonald,
yeah,
Carlos
good point.
Condit.
I mean, yeah,
but They went out on their shield.
I mean, yeah, coming from somebody that doesn't watch fighting that often, you know, it
Dude,
doesn't-
you've never
you know,
seen the
I
Rory
don't-
McDonald fight with Carlos Condit?
What about the
Probably
Lawler
not.
one?
No,
Lawler.
That's what I'm talking about. It's
Dude,
Robbie Lawler.
Have you not seen Lawler split lip?
I don't
Dude,
know. I don't
We're
think
gonna
so.
watch. We're gonna watch. Remind me, and
We'll
have
watch
to
that
watch
when we're done with
Yes.
It was pretty wicked because I don't watch a lot of fighting either. That one was geet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just nice to, because everybody's like, oh, he knocked him out 13 seconds, and it's like I just paid $100 on pay-per-view for him for 13 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, the prelim fights are most of the time pretty good, but
you didn't pay for that.
well, yeah, I didn't. I got it.
We were at a
offline.
party. You didn't pay for shit.
Oh, I know.
I went to a friend's house too.
Well, let me speak from your standpoint, or somebody that did pay for it.
Yeah,
you
I didn't
know?
pay for that fight either. Hopeful
Well,
did.
yeah.
He's not here.
but yeah, you got to look at it from their standpoint. Like, they waste that money for 13 seconds when you want to see that brawler fight. That each fighter put their absolute all into that fight and did not stop
But-
until the end.
Hey man, I'm not mad at a 13-second knockout.
That's
though.
pretty fucking impressive.
That's like
I'm not
turning
gonna
coffee
take-
tables over and
Yeah,
shit.
I'm not going to take
getting
anything
crazy.
away from that. You know, that's fucking impressive. Okay, to have that talent
On
to
a,
just
on a guy that hasn't been beaten in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, you can't take away from that. But
And he
it's
wants
just
a
more-
rematch.
It's
Nobody
more
wants to see that fight.
entertaining.
Who's gonna buy that fight? Do you buy that fight again?
Well, and I understand where McGregor's coming from there too. You know, you bust your ass, and then you get these. You only get 13 seconds in the fight. If you get a good fight like him and Diaz, you know, sure, I want to go back and revisit that. That was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
that was memorable.
Spent 6 figures on that camp.
Yeah, and then you had this 13-second one. It's like, I'm not going to cut a bunch of weight again for the chance of me knocking you out.
Yeah.
Right.
In one round.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking
Right.
doing it.
Do you think that's why McGregor got so tired in this fight? Is because he was kind of expecting that 1 to 2 round fight again with Diaz?
No,
No.
that's definitely what happened in the first one. He expected to knock him out, as you can see. He
Well,
just
and
started throwing
I think
bombs.
too, him
And the
packing
weight.
all that weight on,
Weight,
his
body
cardio was
wasn't
not
ready for
there.
it.
Oh,
All
yeah.
that muscle mass, man. That
Well,
was
you
a
can't
lot
have
for your heart to
cardio
work
with gaining weight.
No.
Well, I mean, they're not in the short period of time that he had to get to 170.
Right.
It's, honestly,
Yeah.
still, it's not long enough. You know, as you saw, he didn't have all the cardio he needed.
Yeah.
It takes a good year for
Or more.
your body to get used to that muscle added on.
Right.
It's a lot of work, man. That's why little guy for life.
So, what? So your next fight is in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and this is on what platform?
It's Shamrock FC.
Shamrock FC.
Yeah.
And where is the fight going to be?
This one is at River City Casino over in St. Louis.
Okay.
And my contract is also with Bellator, which
Gotcha.
hopefully is coming back in November. So after this win, they should be able to put me on.
I like the way you
Bellator.
speak.
With my mouth. Is that a good way to
With
do it?
confidence.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought Sorry.
Sorry.
But I cornered at the Scott Trade Center last time Bellator was here.
Okay.
And just being down there on the floor, on the main stages, being able to walk in the ring in front of tens of thousands of people was like no other.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to fight there for the first time, you know, I've had thousands.
Yeah.
That was awesome. You know,
Right.
I've stripped down on my undies in front of hundreds of thousands.
Stripped down into my undies.
I don't mind that.
Right.
But fighting in front of tens of thousands, could you imagine the energy of all eyes and all voices, all ears on you in that cage?
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Well,
So
that's what the announcers were saying for the Diaz and McGregor fight. Like, the energy in here is just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine just like the buzz off of that stadium. Like, I feel like you could fly over it with a thermal camera and just see it pulsating. Just
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, you know, I've fought quite a few times, and from competing my whole life in Taekwondo growing up, and whenever it was a big sport, when there was thousands of people at national tryouts and stuff, you kind of get used to it. You kind of drown out the crowd. You hear your coach. It's going to be different going back and having tens of thousands. You know, I'm used to 1,000
Right.
somewhat people. And
Right.
can
And,
deal
and
with
I
it.
was just about to ask you that. So you started all this. You got into Taekwondo at a very young age,
Right.
Wasn't it? What age
I was
did
7.
you start?
I was 7
years
whenever
old.
they put me into it.
Okay, and you've just been steadily progressing from there and just adding more to your repertoire.
Yeah, it was. You know, I've said the story a few times, and I don't get tired of it because it's a big part of my life. I was doing Taekwondo ever since I was 7. I didn't win my first gold medal actually at a tournament, and this was before Taekwondo became a big time boring sissy sport. It's kind of like dancing now. You used to you'd go for the kill. You know,
Yeah.
there wasn't really any punching. You could punch the body, but you would go for the kill with kicking people in the head.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of skill to be able to set that up.
Right.
And I didn't get my first gold medal until I was black belt, and then something clicked, whether it was just mentally that strive to win or what it was or how
Yeah.
it felt, because it was at one of the big tournaments too, to win after that. And I was just like, this is awesome. I'm going to kick ass more often.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just kept going, and I would win everything. I even, went to nationals with it. I was alternate for Olympic team on it, but that's when they changed the sport,
Gotcha.
and it was all electronic, and it was lame.
Yeah.
I went to the war room at 15. I got my first night. I got knocked down twice. Pretty much knocked out. They were flash knockouts. Absolutely loved it. It was just like, this is awesome. I'm being humbled. I'm going to learn here.
Right.
There's the only way to move is up.
Yeah. I mean, you don't progress when you're the best guy in the gym.
Absolutely not. If you're the best guy in the gym, you're in the wrong gym.
Yep.
So
Well, and that's how you knew that you were meant to do the sport in a sense, because you went in there, got knocked down twice.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can get up from that and be like, okay, yeah, I still want to do this. Yeah, you're probably meant to be a fighter.
It wasn't even that. I got
Yeah.
up smiling, excited. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me another.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't
well,
show that you're meant to be. Then I
Well,
don't know
speaking
what
of that,
will.
how hard do you spar now? Now that you've kind of gotten into it, you've gotten into a flow, and you.
Depends who you're with. We have different nights. When you're educated enough and you've done the sport long enough, you can go high intensity but not high impact.
Right.
Enough to make the individual respect the shot. If they're not respecting the shot and you pop them a few times and they just keep doing what they're doing, hit them a little harder.
Yeah.
Make them learn from it. But it's just enough to make them respect. We don't go for injury. To the body, you hit as hard as you want to be hit.
Right.
And I love to dig the body.
Yeah.
If you like alcohol, beware, your liver's going to hurt after sparring with me. It's going to hurt regardless.
Yeah.
But if it's been beat up by other sources, I'm going to take advantage of that.
Right.
But yeah, you hit the body as hard as you want. Legs, we unless you're injured, we lap the legs, but we don't want any brain damage, anything like that.
Right. So you are, I mean, obviously you're aware of
we
the studies and stuff. And
we're smart sparrers.
smart sparrers.
We're trying to move forward, be able to take those hits in the real fight, not so much in sparring. We do have nights where we do have a little harder sparring. You get caught with a few.
Yeah.
But that's you have to be ready for that.
Right.
You can't go in a fight and not know what it's like to get caught.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there is a time and a place for hard sparring, right?
Absolutely.
And
just not every week.
Yeah.
You don't need that damage. I saw videos of Brazilian face conditioning, and they're standing there and just punching each other in the face. And
Yeah.
that's cool. I mean,
But,
that'll get you 3 amateur wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the longevity of your career,
Yeah,
you're better off not taking those hard
toughness
shots.
doesn't take you so far, man.
Right.
It's all about technique and your heart now. If you're not there and you don't love it,
Right.
it's not for you. If you're there for the attention, you annoy me.
I think that's a smart way to go about it, though.
Yeah.
You're confident enough in your craft, and you drill, and you do, and you train,
Absolutely.
but you don't have to get it. You're not in the gym to prove something.
Absolutely not. I'm there to be the best me, not be better than you.
Right.
That's what I'm there for. I'm there, yes, to outclass you in a way,
Yeah.
but not so much for an egotistical standpoint. Not so much to be like, throw it in your face.
Yeah.
You ain't shit.
It's more of a self-validation.
It's for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. It's for me to feel like that I'm learning, I'm achieving, and I'm climbing up that ladder.
Gotcha. I think that's a good outlook to have when it comes to sparring.
Yeah. There's just overall, there's so much ego involved in this sport anymore. I prefer people leave their egos at home, leave
Right.
it at the door. Like I said, we're not here to be better than each other. We're here to better each other.
That's awesome, man.
And it's you get so many people like that. I'm out there. I'm looking for people to train with all the time. New looks, because you never know what you're gonna get in the cage. It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
But man, I'm looking for new looks, and you know, we get these people, very respectful individuals, and I love it. They're like, hey, let's set something up, and it's like, absolutely, I would love it. I've had a few guys be like, the tough guy thing, like, yeah, I can come in there and show you what's what, blah 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 blah. I can curl 500 pounds with this left arm.
Well, it's like those guys, those like
And
super
you know what?
muscly
I'm just
dudes.
like, I'm not interested, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? If you come in here, I could drop you if you want.
Yeah.
What's that gonna prove? I don't have anything to prove. Like I said, I know who I am.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, it's mixed martial arts, and that was founded on discipline and respect.
Absolutely.
It's not about letting the emotions get the best of you, because as soon as you let your emotions get the best of you, you're gonna make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You have to have a clear head under a stressful situation. And being in a fight is one of the most stressful situations out there. So they teach you to have respect for the person you're fighting and discipline.
Yeah,
to where you don't get headstrong and lose your cool.
That's why I'm happy I did start in Taekwondo like I did. Growing up, it was always yes sir, yes ma'am, everything. I even had the point where I was in elementary school and I felt like a dickhead because you would hand your trays to the janitors and one of them was Asian. I would bow. Because whenever you would hand stuff to individuals, especially in the dojang, you would bow.
Yeah.
It's a sign of respect. And I'm happy that he didn't take it offensively because I didn't obviously mean it in any sort of offense.
Right.
But
Well,
I
he
would
could
bow.
have.
And he was probably just like this little motherfucker.
Yeah, little kid being fucking asshole. Man.
Yeah. Just trying to do my job. I'm just Asian, goddammit. No, there's no way that I mean it to be racist or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
But
in all reality, you meant the utmost respect.
no, it's like now I was in the gym a lot. That's where I live. That's where I was accepted. That's where I loved everybody that was around me. I got to kick stuff. Man, it was just fun. I was myself breaking shit.
Yeah.
And how fun is it to break shit?
Yeah. Well, and when you're that age, that's all you want to do is break shit.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm
you wanna
frustrated
kick,
about this. I'm frustrated
I'm
about
doing
that.
goddamn Bruce Lee flips in the air. Dude,
Yeah.
I was the coolest kid in high school. Just nobody else knew that.
Right.
It was one of
Right.
those situations.
Right. Well, and you've said that to me before, that you didn't flaunt it at school. You've never really been in
No.
a street fight outside of the cage, because
No,
you don't
it's-
try to portray
it's-
that.
It's always yes, sir, yes, ma'am, when dealing with whomever I can. You get those younger guys. They're like, please don't call me sir. And it's like, it's what it is, man. It's the respect that I grew up with. It's obviously
To them, you're calling them old, but
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
you're just showing a sign of respect.
absolutely, and it is what it is. And I've even been commended for it by
Yeah.
promoters, and they're like, I love how you deal with it. You don't get emotional about it. Like I said in my last fight, I was like, that was good. That was a great fight. That was
Yeah.
a fantastic catch there, man. Shook his hand, congratulated him right there in the cage. And it's like, it's not
Yeah.
about my ego.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, and I've said this about McGregor before, like after he lost the Diaz fight, like, yes, he's very boastful. He's very arrogant,
Very
and
humble
cocky.
afterwards.
But yeah, after that fight, I
After
watched
both
him.
fights.
Yeah, after both fights, he walked out, and he was just getting bombarded with interviews, and he's just like, "Yeah, I did this wrong, and I lost fair and square. That's how that was, And I
It's the
that
fight
made
game.
me, yeah, that made me like him more than him being cocky and arrogant and boastful.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a big sign of respect. I respect
Absolutely.
that. That's being very humble in your craft. Not having too high of a head.
Yep, you need those times where you get humbled. That's my biggest issue. Like I said, I'm talented. I know it. I have crazy amounts of ability, and there's hardly anybody that in my division that can keep up with me. But I need to stop looking at it like it's going to be an easy trip.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, it only takes one punch to change a fight. It only takes one proper takedown to change a fight, one submission.
Yeah.
Right.
So I need to stay focused, and it's not that I disrespect them; it's that I have confidence in my own skills.
Right.
But I do not have that overzealous confidence. I just need to stay
Right.
mentally strong.
Well, how
Yeah.
you carry yourself and how you speak, I mean, like AJ said, you just kind of slip little tidbits in there, but it's not, you have to really listen to pick up on it. You're not being out there like, yeah, I'm fucking shit.
Yeah, well, I do
don't-
have confidence
you just
in myself.
have-
I've come off as arrogant from time to time. Like I said, I just
I think
said,
anybody does. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think to be great, you know, you have to have an air of confidence. You know, I call it more confidence than arrogance.
I have come off as arrogant, and like sometimes I'll say that there's nobody that can stand with me because, you know, and honestly, there's hardly anybody that can. You know, I grew up with stand up,
Yeah.
fucking boxing with my feet.
Yeah.
You know, I have an amazing talent where I can kick you in the head.
And that skill's just
at any
integrated
point.
in you.
Yeah, and I hate when I say that, but you have to sound confident at times. You need to be confident in yourself. There was a documentary I watched with Tyson. You know, he made a very valid point, and he's one of my favorite fighters. Not just from, you know, watching the skin impaling sounds of him hitting people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are vicious. But I watched the documentary, and he was talking about how his ego did get built up, and he was like, "There's what 4 or 5 billion people in this world, and not a single one of them can touch you in the ring. In
Yeah.
a fight, you can kick anybody's ass. How do you think that makes you feel?
Right.
What kind of feelings you think build up inside of you
Yeah.
when you're literally the most badass guy around?
And I mean, he walked the walk, as you know.
Absolutely.
He definitely did walk the walk.
But after he said that, he went into it's a documentary called Champs. I think it's got
Yeah.
a lot of the champions that went through boxing. It's a very good one, and it made me find this amount of respect for Tyson for how humble he was. And
Yeah.
it made me come to more of a reality check of where I should be at a younger age. Then it sucks that he had to learn that at the time
Right.
he did. Because could you imagine what he could have done
Had
if
he
if he
known.
was just like, I'm going to continue kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
You know, Mayweather would not be a name compared to Tyson.
Yeah.
You know, if he just kept his mind straight, had the right people around him.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, I guess, when you get that type of money, that type of recognition, and you've got a bunch of yes men in your corner. You know, it's hard to combat that and stay humble and stay.
Absolutely. Well, when you got those people, like I said, that kiss your ass and say you're just gonna destroy this guy,
Yeah.
you've got to not let that affect your mentality because, dude,
Right.
it does something unlike any other.
Yeah.
I think you've got it figured out, though. I
Yeah,
think you've got it.
it's-
I think you've got it down pat. You recognize it. You know, there's a lot of guys that may just make excuses and say, yeah, he caught me, but fuck, man, this, that, and the other thing. You come at it kind of stoic, and you're just like, you know what? He did catch me. I was a little too confident.
It was my fault.
And-
Well, you take everything as a lesson.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
you
Fun
learn
footsie, sorry.
from
Delicious.
everything. Yeah, you learn from everything. You don't just I guess he just got lucky. No, you're like, okay, I'm gonna reevaluate myself.
I gotta-
and what
Well,
I
absolutely.
did wrong.
Like we were talking about in the car, you know, we got those people that get everything handed to them.
Yeah.
And then they do a little bit of work and they're worn out from it. And it's like, dude, for my first fight, I was working 40 hours a week, which, you know, again, there's people that work 60 to 80 hours a week. So that's nothing.
Right.
But I was also training 20 plus hours. I was cutting weight to make my first 35 fight. And I was busting my ass.
Yeah.
And for them to say that they were worn out from their part-time job and reading a book for school,
Yeah.
like it's almost offensive in a way,
Yeah.
you know? And you're like, dude, I have way less than you,
Right.
and I do 10 times the amount of work.
Because
Yeah,
they probably
you're
work
working harder.
Yeah.
They probably work a part-time job, and then they have to go and they have a mental stress and makes their mental tired.
Right.
But you had to go and do that same kind of job, and then you have a mental and a physical wear down.
absolutely,
You know,
you know,
every
it's-
single day.
I like that you have an objective outlook on things. You know, you're willing to self-criticize and say, I can't improve here. And to me, that odes greatness, right? Like you're chasing greatness, and you don't think you're there yet, right?
I'm definitely chasing it. I'm never satisfied with the condition I'm in. You know, I made a post about it, like you said, you know, I'm lean as can be right now, the whole 300 model and shit. It's still not satisfactory. You know, it's never good enough.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever perfected enough. You know, I'm fight at 135. I could probably kick through somebody's femur.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I kick hard enough. You know,
Yeah.
I don't feel like my technique is
And I'm
down
on this.
packed.
You're almost on like the same mentality that I am with my skill. You know, like people will blow my shit up on Facebook. Like, oh my god, that's the best tattoo I've ever seen. You should be on Ink Master. This and that. I'm like, well, that
Yep.
and that. I need to smooth that over or do
Absolutely.
something with that, or I could have done better there. You know, I'm always. I feel like you too. We are always our biggest critic.
Well, and you're just trying to master a craft.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a different mentality. You know, either you can.
I mean, if you were content with what you were at now, you wouldn't improve. You wouldn't be
No,
a better fighter.
well, that goes along the whole saying. You know, it's kind of a lazy generation. I call my generation the good enough generation. You know, the guys that'll put in the minimal work. It'll get me by. That's good enough.
Yeah.
That's all I
Right.
need to do. Oh, hey, I did 10 push-ups today. I'm fit.
I'm fit.
Yeah, I'm not only did I do 10 push-ups, I did them without stopping.
Hey,
Shit.
I'm
Watch
that
out
guy.
for that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm that guy.
No, man, there's different ways to look at it,
But I don't ever call myself fit.
Well, that and you're not
that guy.
I'm just blessed with a high metabolism.
well, and you're also not trying to step into a cage with yours truly.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't go around saying, "Hey, I'll beat your ass."
It's
You know,
it's
and
just
wearing tap out and affliction shirts.
Back to that. We brought it full circle.
Yeah.
Well, man, so your fight is in 2 weeks. It's at the River City Casino,
Yes, sir.
Shamrock FC. You said you're not even focusing on the guy you're fighting. Fuck him, right?
Not so much like that. I just don't want my own mentality to be altered and the way I perform to be altered.
You're just taking out the challenges in front of you.
Absolutely.
One by one. It's just another notch
Every
in the
obstacle
deck.
has to be tackled in one way or another.
Awesome, man. Who you want to shout out? Who's been your biggest supporters, your coaches?
Definitely
Sponsors?
my coaches, sponsors. You know, some are the same. Adam Marburger's a great guy. You know, he's head out squad. One of the owners, and Josh McKinney, they've just given me so much. You know, even there've been times where I didn't have enough to put the gas in my tank to go train, and he was like, "Let's fill it up, whatever." You know,
Yeah.
just great down to earth guys that'll help out whenever they can. You know, like I said, some of their business, the money that comes in goes to cancer research. You know,
Yeah.
they're good people. You know,
Awesome.
I definitely want to thank them. Want to thank ID Life, which is it's a supplement sponsor that I've been taking for a while. It's really good because I have an issue of drinking rock stars and monsters throughout the day, but they got me an energy thing and a hydrate thing that keep me away from that.
Cool.
And you know, obviously Brad over here for tattooing me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stand out without his art.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just all the people that have been there to train with me, all the ones that have given me different looks, and all those people that do make the journey to make me better, and you know, just all around.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Awesome, man. Where
you're
can they
selling,
find you? You got an Instagram?
I do. Just Cort Wahl on Instagram. It's Facebook and Instagram. You could look me up. It's open, so anybody can follow me. And
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
I accept pretty much any friend
And you know,
request.
if you see his face, you're like, damn, that dude's delicious. Just
Yeah,
slide one
you
in.
know.
Slide one in the DM.
I can't guarantee I'll answer you because I have had to ignore a few, but it's cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you a thumbs up back if you throw Brad's name in there. I'll give you a thumbs
Hey,
up. Back.
hey, He might. He might have to put you on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys, that fight is September 9th. That's the
Yep,
date.
there
You're
will be a
actually
live
you
stream.
have tickets for sale, don't you?
I have a handful of tickets left, general admission, and there will be a live stream of it, and I'll post those on Facebook. And if you don't know how to get to the live stream, add me on Facebook.
There you
There
go.
you go. Where can they
Boom.
find you, Brad?
435 South Buchanan Street. We are doing a lot of renovations at the shop. There's going to be a lot of big changes. About the first week of September, I will not be there, but I've already settled all that with all
shit.
my clients and everything like that. It'd be a little vacay for myself, but yeah, I'm still going to be at 435 South Buchanan Street. I don't have the new shop number yet, but as of right now, I'm pretty sure we're going with Epic Inc. for the new name of that
Oh,
location. So that is all on Trevis with the name and all that. But yeah, if you guys want to find me, I'll be there. Either that or just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, guys. And as always,
Chill the fuck out.
Bye.